Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk with you about the fact that our emotions are contagious, this phenomenon called emotional contagion. You see, as human beings, we are social animals, and one of the amazing things about the way that our brains are wired is that we now know we have these particular type of cell called mirror neurons in our brain. So mirror neurons are an important part of our wiring for survival because they help us to read and understand the emotions of others and to effectively mirror those back. And that's an important part of developing rapport and empathy. If we see somebody else who's sad and upset, we feel sad and upset too and are able to therefore empathise with them. By the same token, if we're surrounded by people who are laughing and happy, we will tend to be laughing and happy ourselves. So that will tend to trigger positive emotions in us. And this is such an important thing to be mindful of at the moment when there's a lot of heightened emotions, particularly around fear and anxiety, because you see, anxiety is catching. And so we need to think about the way that we are showing up and the emotions that we're portraying. And what I'd like to do is to help you think about how you might spread calm rather than spreading fear and anxiety. So the first tip I'd like to share with you is around having intentionality in the way that you show up. How many of you, when you wake up in the morning, think about the number of things that you need to do and may even put together a to-do list? I bet many of you do that, if not all of you. But how many of you also, when you wake up, think about how you need to be or how you want to be in the day ahead? So that's the first technique, is to, when you wake up in the morning, think about how do I want to be today? And by simply having that intention for the day, or for example, today I'm going to be calm, positive and tolerant, that can help to make a difference in the way that you show up and conduct yourself through the rest of the day. So that's the first technique, and I suggest you have a go at that. The second is a technique to help you respond rather than react. So again, to respond with intention rather than just reacting out of those fight and flight responses that we talked about the other day in one of these sessions. So the technique is quite simple, but like all of these practices I'm sharing with you, it requires practice and for you to have a go and to use them for them to be effective. So when you feel yourself starting to react in a situation, it might be starting to get anxious about what's going on or in response to something that someone said to you. It might be getting irritable with someone in your family or someone that you're living with, or another, what you might call negative or less helpful emotion. Simply say to yourself, stop. So that's the first part, just say stop. So do what's called a pattern interrupt. In effect, distract yourself. And a really great way to do this is just by getting really present and noticing 2 or 3 things in the room around you right now. So I might go, stop. I can see the camera in front of me. I can see the notice board on the wall over there, and I can feel the chair that I'm sitting on. And that has already distracted my brain, interrupted the pattern that would naturally go from that initial emotion that I was feeling straight to my reaction. So I've gone stop, I've then noticed 2 or 3 things in the room around me, then I think calm. I just think calm. And then I respond with calmness. So that's the technique. When you feel an emotion being triggered within you, stop, distract by noticing things in the room, think calm, and then choose how you're going to respond. It's a really powerful technique, puts some distance between yourself and your emotion and allows you, as we've been talking about, to respond rather than reacting. So I hope you found today's techniques helpful. Remember that by doing these you will be helping yourself, but you will also be helping all of those around you. Because of this phenomenon called emotional contagion, because of the mirror neurons, if you can show up with calmness and tolerance and positivity, that will rub off on others. Those positive emotions will be contagious. So you will be spreading something helpful to those that you care about, as well as helping yourself. I look forward to sharing more techniques with you over the coming days and weeks. Stay safe. Much love.